Dankwa is on the phone lines. Thank you so much, Musa, for your time. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Good morning.
I'm also fine. Musa, can you elaborate more on the survey's methodology, one, the sample size, and probably we can talk about the margin error as well?
Right. This sample, or this survey, sampled 8,206 voters across all the 16 regions, and in 111, our confidence level for this survey is 59%. The margin of error is 1.49%. The survey were conducted 8 September 2024. Sorry.
We know that voters definitely will vote on some main issues. So let me put it this way: what influenced the respondents in giving you where they are headed to?
We have the top. Number one is the economy. 70% of the issues that we what's the economy, and then jobs, 60% of the education, 48%. So
Musa, I think we are having challenges hearing you. If you can reposition yourself so we can have a let's try it again. Yes, it is. I can hear you now.
Okay. So we have economy 70%, jobs 62%, education 48% or 48%. Now, beside these top three issues, there are other factors that voters were also concerned about that they say would influence them overall, which is their current economic condition, and then the past performance of the parties NPP and NDC, and then the credibility of the candidates that are vying for positions, and then the parties' manifestos, Galamsey issues, and other factors. So in terms of priorities, it is the current economic conditions, the performance record of the parties, credibility of the candidates, and party manifesto, and Galamsey.
Issues being raised, but what exactly did they say? I mean, you mentioned the party manifesto, the fight against Galamsey, economic issues as well. What exactly are the people saying?
They are saying that those issues will determine how they vote. They will influence how they vote much more than anything.
Is that what has represented or has turned out into the numbers that you churned out?
Obviously, that is the reason why you see what we are showing, because if on the top issues is economy, and then the current pressing issue for people is economy, the question you ask yourself is, are people happy about the economy? If they are happy about the economy, it means the NPP will win. If they are not happy about the economy, it means the NPP is going to lose.
Now, what category of people are we even talking about? The age group, the gender group, what exactly, which groups are we talking about?
Now, everybody is represented. Female were about 46%, male 54%. Age group 18 to 24, 19%. 25 to 34 years, 32%. 35 to 44 years, 30%. 45 to 54, 14%. 55 to 64 are 4%. And 65 plus is 1%. Also, we have people with education, senior high school 42%, junior high school 19%, tertiary level 24%, and no education or no qualification at all is 16%.
I also realized that there was a category for religion. What's with that as well?
Now you have about 66% being Christian voters, 22% being Muslim voters, 5% being traditional religion, 4% people without religion, and 3% other religions.
Okay. Now, Musa, I want to stay a bit more with you as well. What could have been the reason why? I mean, in your July poll, for instance, John Mahama was leading in 11 regions. What changed that now he leads in 12?
No, the changes happened in Bono. Prior to the current poll, Bami was leading in Bono, but he lost ground in Bono, almost 12% drop. Mahama goes up 6%, and Alain Bediakon also made some progress there. So Mahama is now leading in Bono, taking him to 12 regions instead of 11.
Now, I mean, I mentioned earlier that at the initial stages, many people were thinking that Alan Chermante was going to be the third force. Do you know what is contributing to his numbers, and more or less like how come he is now at the fourth spot?
It is because of the youth vote. The youth prefer Nana Kwame Bediako to Alan. If you look at Alan voters, they are much matured people than Nana Bediako's voters. And remember, in the sample, about 51% or 50% of the voters are below the age of 34 years. So the younger they are, the more they like Nana Kwame
Bediako. Is it likely these numbers could change in the coming days?
Well, it could change for some people. Others are very stable. If you look at John Mahama in the polls, he remained 51% between July and August. I mean, September. That's about 90 days. He hasn't changed. Whereas for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, about 90 days, he has dropped. So the issue is that if Alan and Bediako make progress on the ground, Bawumia could fall further, because his numbers are linked to what Nana Bediako and Alan get in the field. John Mahama's people are not moving anywhere. They are quite stuck with where they are. It is Bawumia's numbers that are moving along the line of Bediako and Alan Chermante.
Now, that's quite an interesting one as well. But one also make the argument that in the Ashanti region, for instance, the Cheddar is from the Ashanti region, likewise Alan Chermante, and he has been in the race for a very long time, so he should make gains more in the Ashanti region.
The question you ask yourself is the age group. There are younger voters who see Bediako. It's not about the region per se, it's about the demography of the young voters in that region. The young voters in that region are going for Nana Kwame Bediako.
So you have sampled this poll. I want to find out, as the general elections itself, will the outcome of it be based on the age group as you are painting it?
They will play a role, but not the definite role. If you look at them, about 700,000 new younger voters, and there are a lot more older voters. The older voters will determine what the outcome of this election will be. But if you're able to win older voters and win the first-time voters, you go over the top quite easily.
So there comes in my curiosity again. I'm sure you sampled the polls from some of the first-time voters as well. What exactly are they saying?
No, the first-time voters, we have seen a big shift in first-time voters. Before, Mahama and Bawumia were tied on first-time voters. Each was doing 41% apiece. But now Mahama has a sprint ahead. He's now on 46% among first-time voters. Bawumia on 38% among first-time voters. Alan 5%. And then Bediako 10% among first-time voters. So Mahama is now leading among first-time voters.
Okay, Musa, maybe finally before I let you go, is this the last poll you are doing before the elections, or we'll still see more?
No, we are switching to telephone poll from next week. From next week, or I think 14th October, we'll be doing weekly telephone tracking poll.
What number of people are you looking at?
We are looking to target at least not less than 1,500 voters every week.
Okay. Musa, thank you so much for your time this morning.
It's my pleasure.
Dankwa is the executive director, Global Info Analytics. They came out with a latest poll. I think that's for October, heading into the general elections. 64 days more. But Nana, let me begin with you on this one. Okay, so but we can still bring him back.
I think somewhere, was it in July? That His Excellency Mahama was 53%, and now he's 51.1. But he's telling us that he has gained tremendously. And the Fitch solutions also.
Okay, so I'll just ask the producers to just bring Musa back. If we can bring Musa back quickly, so that Nanaya will ask that question. But before you, that question is even posed to Musa, I mean, are you worried that Alan has dropped?
Yes, I was a bit surprised that Alan has dropped. But you can also see that Alan is not doing a lot of activity, and now he has started going round. You know, Shedda has been going around a lot with the youth, but it was a bit of a disappointment when he condemned the youth who have been arrested. Knowing that that is his base, so we don't know what will come out after here. But I think Alan was a bit quiet and he wasn't active on the ground. Musa didn't tell us how well Alan did in Ashanti region.
Okay, so I understand Musa is back on the lines as well. So Musa, just hold on. Nanaya is concerned about how well Alan has done in the Ashanti region. That's number one, and two.
I think in July.
Yes, so in July the post, yes, John Mahama was leading with 52 or 53%,
and now
51%.
But you are saying he's gained in the region, so I want to find out.
Okay, Musa, so if you can clarify that quickly for us.
Clarify, I didn't get you right. You broke up a bit.
Okay, so the first question is about how well Alan is doing in the Ashanti region. That's one. Okay. Two, in your July poll, as what we gathered, John Mahama was having almost 53% of the votes, and then currently it is 51.1%. So how do you say he has gained tremendous numbers this time around? Yes.
No. Mahama was 51.1% in July, not 53%. He was 50% in April.
Okay.
So, and now he's on 51.15, just about 0.05% increase.
1.1.
Now, in the case of Alan Chirmartin dropped by 1.2%. And the drop he suffered came from largely Ashanti region, where he dropped from 7.6% to 4.1%.
Means that even in Ashanti region, Alan is not doing well at all.
I will not say he has dropped. You see, there's no comparison. He's not doing well at all. This is the first time we've seen a second candidate in the race. He's doing 4.1%, and Bediako is doing 6.7%. So Bediako is doing better than him in Ashanti region.
Okay. Well, Musa, thank you. That's well clarified. I think as we discussed the artwork will be placed on the screen as well. Musa, thank you so much. We'd have to leave you as well. Nana, so if you can have your background.
So